all the way over to Coastal Highway. So just heads up regarding that. Today's day one with that. Looks okay in Sussex County. Big roads moving through. Sussex on 113 Route 1 rolling. 404 from Bridgeville to Georgetown to Harbison and Lewis. Not too bad. White Comical Clowning good on 13 from Delmore down to Center at Salisbury. Business 50 and Business 13 in town good. 50 coming in from Willage to the bypass moving along. Bypass around town good. And 50 good out to the Bay Bridge. That's your traffic for the Voice Radio Network.
All right, 7:20. Good morning to everybody jumping on our Facebook Live this morning.
Good morning.
We're live on Facebook. Also, shout out to everybody checking us out on the podcast. Listen to the Bill and Jessica podcast up on our free Power app. Top left-hand drop-down. Click on podcasting. You can check out segments from our show at any time. We go live to the hotline. Very excited, honored, happy to have our good friend, CEO, president, founder of 1CW Wrestling, Mr. Shawn Hardy. Good morning,
Good morning.
Shawn.
Hello.
Hey, good morning, guys. My honor and privilege, as always.
Yes, man. Look, we were just talking very briefly off the air. Look, I got to tell you, man, you're like one of the first people when something, about wrestling comes up, especially, in the local area. You're one of the first people that I think about. You and I go way back.
Yes, sir.
You've been P1 since day one, supporting. And A1 since day one, we say P1 listener. And, it's just, look, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know the people that I know and have the knowledge that I do with not only Delaware wrestling, but, the whole wrestling, indie wrestling scene. So I appreciate everything you've done for us, man.
And same goes. Thank you guys the same because of the avenue that you guys give us to, talk about this stuff. It goes both ways, so we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, look, some sad news that, the whole area and community, wrestling community, family, friends have been dealing with. The death of Jamin Pugh, a.k.a. Jay Briscoe. Talk to us a little bit, man. Like, when did you, hear the news and talk to us, about Jay Briscoe? When did you meet him and how he came on the scene? I mean, I know there's just so many questions I could ask you.
Well, I met Jay in the late 90s as he was still a teenager wrestling under a mask with his brother Mark. They weren't legally allowed to wrestle yet. Followed his careers. Great people, knew of them from the athletes they were in Laurel. Then in 2003, when I was lucky enough to launch a wrestling company with some friends that was called Delaware Championship Wrestling at the time, Mark and Jay were then starting to flourish in their career, and they really assisted me in putting us on the map. I'll never, ever forget that. They helped train a lot of our students. They really did a lot with us. I had to take a couple break there, had some surgery, came back as 1CW to make it short. And my very first show, Mark and Jay were there for me as well, and have been there ever since. In 2021, I had the privilege of inducting both of them into our local 1CW Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, which is pretty much considered the Delaware Hall of Fame.
Right.
One of the things that Jay had said to me that day was, he was just so honored that the local people didn't forget about him. And I can remember this as clear as day, Bill. I kind of looked at him and said, "Are you kidding me, brother? You are the guy that stands out there in front of 30, 40,000 people in Korakuen Hall in Japan, worldwide, with a jacket that says Sandy Fork, Delaware. Everywhere you've gone, you have always represented Sussex County. You have always represented Sandy Fork and Laurel and the state of Delaware. There is no way we would ever forget you." But in his mind, he always thought that the locals would not remember who he was and what he tried to do. Great family man. Honestly,
you know what? Not to cut you off, but you say great family man. That's it's so crazy. Like, ever since I met him, through you and through the wrestling shows that we did and all this, like, like, that's the first thing when they say, well, somebody says, tell me about Jay Briscoe, Family Guy. Like, right away, that's the first thing. Like, I don't even know his wife that well, just, him or through him, but I know right away that he is a great family guy. He was always a family man, always talking about his wife, kids, oh, I got to get home to the family. You just knew that, I mean, he just put off that whole persona.
Several occasions, they have a motorhome. They would load up the whole family and they would attend this stuff. I know I've been privy to some situations on some pretty big events where Jay renegotiated his pay contract so that his family could be flew in, and one of them was to Ric Flair's last match. He made sure that he took less pay,
Wow.
but he wanted all his family there. A lot of people don't know that. Again, when we say family man, not only his family, but he was everybody's family. I mean, there wasn't a time I saw Jay and shook his hand that he didn't ask about my kids, my grandkids, and everything else. Great guy. The community is definitely going to suffer this loss. We're all pulling together. I obviously did get the call very early, being close and knowing a lot of people in that community and growing up there myself. So it was a tough night. And the one thing that I learned, the word brotherhood becomes stronger every time one of these tragic events happen.
No, I mean, look, in this whole community, I mean, when something happens, they really rally together. I tell you that. I mean, we're lucky where we live, man. I've said it so many different times. I mean, it's just amazing. The wrestling community, the Sussex County, all of Delaware, coming together, just rallying around, this family and looking out for each other. It's just been a sad time. It's been a sad time. And, you talk about the Briscoe brothers and knowing them from, when they were young and, when they first started out. I tell you what, man, when you used to do those shows, with us, when the Briscoe brothers were on the card, like they were it. I mean, that was like, they're bigger. I mean, I don't know. They're bigger than some of like the real big WWE guys. I mean, people rather see the Briscoe brothers than some of these clowns on TV. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just when you said the Briscoe brothers, it was huge. Yeah,
they had a huge impact. And again, we've all seen the Facebook post of the tributes to them. But locally, it was not unseen to see Jay and Mark at the local Popeyes when they were doing the Toys for Tots drive. They would never take a dime from 1CW when they showed up to sign autographs unannounced or whatever. They would end up giving their T-shirts away. They didn't sell their T-shirts. So when we talk about community and a giving person, you're talking of both the Briscoes, and that speaks volumes of the family. And again, the word family comes right back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Talk to us a little bit about, because I haven't heard too much. And, obviously, we want to give them the privacy and we want, to give them, time and give him time. But talk to us a little bit about Mark. What do you think, I mean, were they active at this moment, like wrestling? I mean, I know they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's the future for Mark as far as, what he's going to do? Because it was always Mark and Jay, I mean. I guess will he continue? I mean, obviously he can be huge. I mean, it's Mark Briscoe.
Yeah. To answer a couple of those questions, yes, they were active. They were currently, for the 13th time, the Ring of Honor World Champion.
Mm-hmm.
So they were currently defending those belts. Again, they were a big part of the Ric Flair last match event. They are traveling all over. And when we talk titles, someone said the other day, 13 times, wow, that's crazy. That's just one company. They held thousands of titles worldwide. Mm-hmm. Wow. They still traveled till this day. I can tell you they were probably wrestling 3 out of every 4 weekends. They were very much in demand. To skate around this a little bit, Bill, and not to be disrespectful, I'm not going to really say anything about Mark at this point because I love Mark and I respect Mark, and no matter what he does, I will always stand behind him. I cannot imagine what he's going through right now. Whether he ever straps those boots up again is probably going to be one of the toughest decisions that young man will ever have to make.
Absolutely.
And right now, if I was a betting man, I don't know him to be a quitter. But I would respect it either way.
Right. No, absolutely. The family, of course, the Pughs are in our prayers. Ashley and the girls and their son's in our prayers. Just lost his dad.
Yep.
Do you have any updates? I know that, Ashley's put out, some statements. And anything you can, talk about, elaborate on how, the girls are doing.
Well, as of yesterday, I spoke with Josh, a great, another friend of the family, and through Ashley and Jana, the mother, and got the latest update on everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, this is tough. Gracie, who had no feelings in her legs, has now got some feeling and sensation back in her legs.
It's amazing.
She's not walking right yet, but they were able to get her up out of the bed into the wheelchair a couple times. The fact that she can have a little bit of movement in her lower extremities and her toes is a great, great sign after the surgery. Obviously, a long road yet to come. And, again, many, many prayers. Jay Lee, the 9-year-old, suffered same thing. She had was fitted for a back brace. She had some internal injuries as well, perforated bowel, some other things that they've been dealing with, fractured ribs, some back injuries as well to the spine, and they were able to get her in and out of the wheelchair as well. So there are some positive signs. Still a long, long, long road to go. Again, as I said, my heart is with, Mama Jana, Papa, Ashley, the entire family. And there are several ways that they are taking contributions for the family. They are taking cards to the girl. You can send them to the Laurel School District in care of the Pugh girls. There's also a GoFundMe type site that's set up on Facebook under Ashley's page and Josh Wharton's or myself, Shawn Hardy. The link is on there, and they're doing exceptionally well. But let's face it, it's never enough.
Right.
And there's also an electronic gift card site set up that is prayforthepews@gmail.com for people that would like to send electronic gift cards or things like that. So
you mentioned
several ways.
You mentioned Josh Wharton. I've been following him on Facebook.
Yes.
They've been going live and praying for the family and talking about different things and updates and stuff like that. They've been doing amazing job. I'd like to say.
Fella. Yeah, and I have nothing but wonderful things and thankful. I can't imagine the position they're in. But the fact that they're stepping up with this tough news and trying to be the liaison and do the right thing is incredible. I do know that there's a local company in Laurel, I believe it's Sports Tees. Chris Otwell is designing some T-shirts that are going to be printed up and sold to raise some money as well. And Bill, that 1CW has been blessed, and we will be stepping to the plate to raise some money as well.
Right, absolutely. Well, look, Shawn, our prayers are with, the entire wrestling community and you and your family and, you guys. And, of course, everyone's thoughts and prayers are with, the Pugh family. And, it's just so amazing the work that, they did in the community, that Jay and Mark did in the community through, again, back to the whole family thing through the Laurel School District and, things that they did for their kids and raising money and going out and helping. And I mean, it's just amazing the things that they did for our local community. And it's amazing how the local community now is stepping up for their family, so.
What an impact when you read the news that the local school district and businesses and things like that have closed down.
Yeah.
How touching and how impactful does a human being have to be to make that happen? These things don't happen every day, so that should speak volumes of the person that we're talking about. And incredible. I know one of the last conversations I did have with Jay last week, and his Jay voice was, "Yo, Hardy, when is that 1CW Hall of Fame event this year? I got to clear my schedule."
Yeah.
He took great pride in making sure that ever since we inducted those boys into the Hall of Fame, that he came back the following year and was coming back again this year to welcome every new member into the Hall of Fame back to the person he was. He was going to clear and make sure that he took no national dates or anything to make sure that he was here. So touching to me. I'm here for the family, the power in prayer, and I just ask everybody, continue those prayers,
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Shawn, thank you for checking in. Look, we really appreciate it. I mean, you've always been there, for when something, there's something going on, you talk about, the community stepping up. You yourself as well has always been there, and, you've always been there for us. So we'll continue to be there for you, and we appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Bill.
Thank
Jess,
you.
love you guys, and you guys are the best community people out there we have as well. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Greatly, greatly appreciated, and thanks so much. Many prayers for the girls.
Yes. Thanks, Shawn. Have a great
Thank
day, my
you.
man. There you go, Shawn Hardy. Yeah, prayers to the Pugh family, man. Sad. 7:34.
Power 1017 is on